I wrote down notes of Life is Strange episode 4. And I wanted to talk about my thoughts throughout that whole episode. And I want to give my predictions on episode 5 because that episode comes out next week. And I wanted to have this conversation with my friend Amanda like I did with episodes 1, 2, and 3. But she's been having problems with her internet and she wanted to replay the episode because she couldn't clearly remember what happened and she just haven't had time for that. So most likely we're just gonna do the podcast together after episode 5. So I wanted to have a conversation at least, or at least give my thoughts out there on what I predict. So I'm gonna do that even though I'm just talking to myself. So here goes. So I had 3 separate save files. Like I used all 3 of them. The first one I just play as if I was in her shoes. So I'm a shy person. And a polite person. So I didn't talk to anyone, but obviously what the game makes you, who the story is, like they make you talk to people. But the optional ones, I've only talked to Alyssa and Dana. I didn't talk to anyone else. So, and I don't look at everything, like I don't nosy around as much. People's computers or anything like that. So, and then my second file, I basically play the game as I should be playing it. So it's just, it's basically the same personality as my first playthrough, but just I'm actually getting information. So, and then my third playthrough is just me picking the opposite or different options that I didn't pick at all in my first and second playthrough. So I just wanted to be clear that I have played this game 3 times already. So I love this game. So the first thought, which is like kind of silly and pointless, but I put it down anyways, is I would have liked to spend more time with the Popular Max, like as Popular Max in her world to see how everyone else treats her. Like we kind of already know, like she's in with the popular crowd and not the other friends where she usually talks to. But I would have liked to still like played around in that time just to see how everyone else treats her. I just think the dialogue would have been fun or whatever, but yeah, I can see why. It's like, it's not that important, let's hurry up and get out of here. So obviously in all 3 playthroughs, like I've done the version where I saved Kate and then when I just let her die, and then I played the version of where I didn't kill Chloe, and then when I did kill Chloe, like when she asks for you to kill her or let her die. Oh yeah, like I wanted to have an option to tell Chloe about her other life, like if her dad would have lived. Like when you get back, like Chloe's like, oh, like you're hugging me, that's weird, like you act like you don't know what we're doing, like you're just kind of spaced out. Like I would have liked the option to, like, should I tell her or no? Like the game automatically makes you like not tell her. I would have liked to be able to tell her, like, I actually have this other power too, or I can go, if I focus on a picture, I can go back into that time and I try to save your dad, and I did, but this is what happens here. Like, I would have liked to be able to tell her, but I don't know, like, the game had to make the story move along, so I don't really see Chloe brushing it off as, oh, well, let's move on to what we're doing. Like, that's interesting, my dad was alive, because, yeah, I guess I understand why the game didn't make us tell her, because Chloe would make a big deal out of it, and saying, like, I don't care what happens to me, make my dad alive. But, I don't know. I would have told her. Like, if I was in Max's shoes, I would have told her what happened to me. I wouldn't be able to keep that to myself. I just wouldn't. Or if Kate was alive, I would have to tell someone. And this is another thing too. I do not like Chloe. I just don't. Like, she reminds me of a friend I used to have, and looking back now, they were just so bossy and like mentally abusive, and like I wasn't allowed to have other friends or have time for anyone else, and because I experienced that, I just don't like Chloe at all. Like, I do care about her. She does have good, like, obviously she's not a horrible person, but she's not a good one. She parks in handicapped spots. She she doesn't care about Max's feelings. Like, if her friend is calling her, or how hard it was for her to stay in touch, because obviously it takes two people to stay in touch. Like, why didn't she try to contact Max too? So, but I know they're both just as guilty. I'm not saying Max isn't guilty at all, 'cause she is, because it's not that hard to stay in touch. It's just not. But I understand it, because there's like, I have a friend at the moment that we've been friends, we're childhood friends, and she tried to contact me, and I talked to her for a little bit, but then I stopped, because it's like, I don't know what to say. I don't know how to keep this friendship going. It's been so long since we talked, but it takes two. So Chloe is just as guilty for not trying to get in contact. She's just as guilty. And I don't think, like, all the, like, her dad dying and Rachel and her mom dating someone else or marrying someone else is like an excuse for her to be a shitty person. It's a reason, not an excuse. So yeah, that's my thoughts on Chloe. I don't really like her at all, but I do care about her. Like, I got so bummed at the end of season 4. Like, spoilers, big spoiler. When she gets shot, I was just, it's like, no. Like, I don't want to be her friend, but I don't want her to die. So, I know there's gonna be a way to bring her back, but it still bummed me out. Cause I know Max's powers only work for like, you can only go back a few seconds or a few minutes. It's not like you can go back hours or days or anything like that. And going on to, I guess we're at the school already. There was like, on Daniel's whiteboard, you could see that he's also being bullied. Like, you could erase the whiteboard for Kate, but why couldn't we do it for Daniel? Like, that's so stupid. Just a little nitpick. And then you find out that Nathan has anger issues, and he's getting stressed from his dad. His dad, like, saying it's his destiny and shit like that to Nathan. And again, with Nathan, it's like, there are reasons why Nathan is like that, but they're not excuses. They don't excuse his behavior. So the same applies to Chloe. Even though Nathan's way worse, still, I can't really remember what the email said, but right here in my notes I put that the principal was still on Nathan's side, because in the email and whatever. Oh, and you find a photo of Chloe in Nathan's room. Like, why not take that photo? Like, she just left it there. Like, I would have took that photo away so he wouldn't have it. Like, what if he shows that to other people? So I would have just taken that. He probably won't, but it's just weird. Like, if I seen my friend, someone having a photo like that of my friend, I would take it. Like, I wouldn't leave it. Like, obviously someone broke into his room because the lock is, like, you destroy the lock, so you might as well just take stuff. The part where we had to the Frank part, at the end of the game, you know how it gives you, like, did you do this? Did you do that? Like, it gives you percentages of what other players did. And and there was one that said you did not kill Frank. So on my third playthrough, I tried to kill him. I did so many things. I kept rewinding to try to kill him. Made her get rid of the gun, made her keep the gun, but I just couldn't, so I guess, I don't know, I want to kill Frank. I would like to see what happens when you do that. So that would be like one of my goals for my next playthrough, just try to be as mean as I can with Frank. To do that, because I don't know how to kill him, because apparently you can. But anyways, the part where you get to look at all the clues and you get to like piece them all together in their room, I love that part. It really reminded me of common point and click games, like the mystery games, playing what's her name? Nancy Drew games and Scratches. Like, I love that game. Yeah, I just loved piecing the stuff together, even though it was like the easiest from any other point and click game. Like, it's one of the easy modes of it. But I love that part. And I also saw at the end of the episode that it was like, did you unlock his phone? You did not unlock Nathan's phone. Like, I unlocked his phone the first try. Like, I can't believe some people didn't get that. Like, the code is his birthday. I just thought that was weird how it lets you end the episode without unlocking his phone. Like, that can happen. And the fact that it shows that Mr. Jefferson was being followed by David shows that siding with David was gonna be like a big benefit, because it's like he's gonna help you or whatever. And then there's Frank, if Frank is on your side, so he's also gonna help you. If he also did deals with Jefferson, which apparently he did. I don't know if Nathan's dad is crazy or not, but it looks like he is, because it seemed like they were preparing for like an apocalypse or something, or maybe they're just down there for a really long time. Because he uses, like I said before, he uses the word destiny to Nathan, like in letters and emails. And I wrote here, did he know about the storm? Like, does he know about the storm coming? Because he seems so well prepared. Oh, and I put here, like, why didn't they take the photos as proof to show the police? Like, the photos of the girls, of Rachel and Kate being tied up and being, like, taken pictures of. Like, and they just leave the photos out like they were there. Like, I tried to rewind that part to where you can just, like, clean the whole room up, but I couldn't do that. Yeah, we could have just went to the police and showed them the photos. Even though Chloe didn't want to go to the police, I would have, like, if there was an option, I'm like, we're gonna go to the police. So I put a random thought at the party, that I like the chibi drawing of Max on the wall. So, I think it's pretty obvious, because I've seen someone on Tumblr already say this, that when you take a picture, like, Nathan takes a picture of you both, of Max and him, so I think that's gonna be the clue to try to go back during that time and warning Chloe, like, don't go to the garbage dump because you're gonna get shot. Or, hey, it's Jefferson, like, be careful of Jefferson, he has Nathan's phone number, he has Nathan's cell phone, so that's probably, like, the big thing, that photo is gonna save Chloe, so. And I put random thoughts here about the party, like Jefferson doesn't care that the kids are drinking. That's just weird that he's there. That's like another little clue, like he's a bad person, even though like you find out like 5 minutes later. But still, it's during that time it's like, wait, he's here, but everyone's not like freaking out. It just made it seem even more like maybe he did have sex with Rachel, but now we know that's not the case. But before it was like, maybe he did. And I put, like, did Jefferson know about Max's powers, or does he just like Max? Because he shoots Chloe, but he doesn't shoot Max. One of the obvious answers might be, well, Chloe had a gun. I don't know, I think he could have stopped Chloe without killing her. But it's like, why not just kill them both? So, it's like, why not kill Max? Especially in my third playthrough, I blame Mr. Jefferson, so, I'm thinking like he just likes Max, or he knows about her powers, or, I don't know. I put here, will Max remember? Because I didn't know what if she's not really gonna remember what happened. But I don't think so. I don't think the game's gonna waste time on that. I think the game's gonna just automatically no, that was just stuff to paralyze her and put her to sleep. And I put here, did Jefferson use Nathan's cell phone the whole time? So, even in episode 1 where if you're on Nathan's bad side, he sends you an angry text. And, it's anonymous, but you know it's him. So, and apparently Nathan has 2 phones because we have one that we unlocked. And then we see, yep, this is the phone he used to text that mean an anonymous message. And then there's another one, because apparently he texts us, come at I'm ready for you or whatever, and that triggers Chloe to run over there to the garbage dump place. But so I guess there's 2 cell phones, and I'm thinking maybe it was Jefferson the whole time, but I'm not sure because one of them uses feminazi in it. So, and then feminazi is written in the bathroom, so that's I'm so confused on who, if Nathan is actually in on it, or if he's being framed. I'm not sure. And, you see Jefferson and the principal talking at the ending of episode 2 or 3, I can't remember. But you see them talking, and it looks like they're kind of upset, and then Jefferson drives off. I'm not sure if it's about Kate, and it's oh, you should have been, stuff about that, you should have noticed or whatever, or if the principal's in on it. Oh, and I put in my second playthrough thoughts, I still get the text sent to Max's dad about Max being nosy. But in this playthrough, Nathan isn't my enemy. So it has to be from Jefferson that I'm nosing around. Or the principal, right? So it has to be one of them because Nathan's not my enemy, so why would he send it? Or his dad send it or whatever. Maybe it's the dad. Oh yeah, and there was in the gun cabinet, you could see another gun missing. And in my first playthrough, Chloe doesn't have a gun. But in the second one, she does. So, I wrote down David took the gun. So, David takes the gun if you go against him, and, what's her name? Chloe's mom kicks him out. There's a gun missing, so he takes one. But now, we don't have to really worry about him. It's good. He has a gun to protect us when we need him. Who knows where he is? Maybe him not being home would be better, because he'll be more free to, explore and be out in the school than having to come home, so. Oh, and I wrote here, in my second playthrough, I didn't take the handicap money. I didn't have Chloe take the handicap money, and it turns out the school is actually using it for good, because I wasn't sure if the principal would use it for something else. So it was, in my first playthrough, I was yeah, take the money, because That principal's probably gonna use it for something else. He's not gonna use it for that. I don't trust the principal at all. And in this one, it's like, oh, maybe we should have taken that money. And I wrote that I love the scene of flying the drone. I love that part. And I put Samuel thinks someone is making the storms happen. Maybe someone has a stronger power than Max. But that would be weird if because the only person I can think of is Nathan's dad, knowing something about that power, but I'm not sure. But that would be interesting if that storm was happening by someone and they're preparing for it and they can't wait to wipe everyone out. But if that's true, I hope there's like a really good reason, because it makes no sense at all, since Nathan's family like is in charge of almost everything anyways. But it's probably not, it's just crazy Samuel saying crazy things. Oh, and I put here, Nathan's jacket isn't there like it was if you tell on him. So if you get him suspended, his jacket is in that bunker or whatever, in that shed. His jacket's there if you suspend him. But if you don't, if you blame David, at least in this one, if you blame David and not Nathan, then his jacket isn't there, so that's weird. Yeah, that's weird. It's like, I feel like maybe he is being framed. Yeah, and I looked around, I'm not sure if everyone else, I'm pretty sure other people did, but I looked around like when Chloe's trying to go to the place Rachel's buried, the second time, but you could kind of look around even though she's like, hurry up, or whatever. Like someone wrote, you're all going to die on the wall if you put your name on it, because the first playthrough I didn't, and there's like footprints leading up to the hill. I don't really know what that's about. I don't know, like if Rachel's alive, maybe she has some type of grudge. But no, because I think the footprints, if I remember correctly, they were kind of big. But it was just pretty creepy. It was like, because I don't think my first playthrough I looked around, I just stayed with Chloe, because it was like, if I was in her shoes, I wouldn't be wandering around. Yeah, I just can't wait for episode 5, because I just want to piece everything together, and every option and choice together. I just can't wait. Oh yeah, and I put here, I'm finally on my 3rd playthrough notes. If you're on David's side and not Chloe's side, David tells the police that Chloe was with him and didn't break into the school. So he actually stands up for Chloe because he doesn't want her to get in trouble anymore, and it just shows like he is a good guy. Like he does care about Chloe, because he was acting so suspicious, and he has all those files on them in a creepy way, and then at the end of the first episode, or the 3rd or 2nd, whatever, like you see those binders and you don't really know who it is. We just automatically assume it's David's files. Yeah, we know now he's a good person, and it really showed with him taking the fall for Chloe, so Chloe doesn't, like, lying for Chloe, so Chloe doesn't get in trouble. And obviously, like, I thought there was gonna be something else. Like, if you save Kate, obviously there's the scene where you go to the hospital, but if you don't save Kate and she dies, then it just skips right to school. Or it just skips it like it's not even there. I thought maybe you'll go to, like, her parents' house or a hearing or whatever, but no. It's just a little bit of a shorter episode. Oh, and if, on my 3rd playthrough, obviously I blame Jefferson, so he's like, he can't do anything, he can't go to the place with the contest winner, and I got to ask Jefferson if he was mad, and he dodged the question. Just dodged it. Oh, she draws a picture in her diary if you side with David. I just like that. I like how there's like so many choices you have and it actually matters compared to Telltale games. Telltale games have good stories, but it's like a lot of the times, the choices don't matter, especially in season, the one I'm thinking about, season 1 of the Walking Dead game. I tried so hard to not go to the farm, and I thought maybe there'll be another story of we'll meet other people. Like instead of going to the farm, we'll meet someone else or something other will happen. But no, there was no other choice. Like you have to go to that fucking farm. So the Telltale games are still enjoyable because it's just like an interactive story. But don't expect to have your choices matter because they don't. Like only the big major ones matter. The other ones kind of trick you, like it matters what you say, but it doesn't. Nathan took a cross from Kate's altar where she died, and I'm not sure if he's just trying to be like poetic, like just to take photos of that, creepy photos of it, or if he actually cared and he feels bad about it. Hopefully he feels bad, because, come on, he's human. So hopefully it's that, and he's not just a heartless character. So yeah, that's all of my thoughts that I wrote down. Like, the rest of my notes is just for me, so I remember, like, during this playthrough, here are your choices, and here what you did, here's what you did, and stuff. 2 of my for sure predictions, well not for sure, but you know what I mean, like, things I stand by that I think are for sure happening is, I think Max is gonna save Chloe with that photo that she took with Warren, because obviously she can't rewind that far, so she's gonna have to jump through that photo to that time to warn her and tell her everything that happened. And I think they're gonna find Rachel alive. That for sure. I think those 2, are what I'm standing by. And now for my predictions, where I can't really make up my mind on what I think. Like, I don't know if Nathan's dad was preparing for the big storm, or it's just a coincidence and he just looks like he is, to fool David into thinking like, yeah, I have this stuff for the apocalypse. It's not for anything else weird, because obviously it shows clues that David was there helping him with food and stocking up. Then it shows him being nice to Nathan and Nathan being nice to David. So that's just weird. I'm confused on that. If David is just being tricked into, like, he knows they're kind of up to something shady, but he doesn't have proof, like, oh, they want to prepare for the end of the world or whatever. So he's helping them with the food because David's into it, since he has, like, canned food in the, and dry food in their garage. So yeah, I guess that's all I'm gonna predict, because, oh, and the reason why Jefferson spared Max like that, I can't really know for sure if it's because they know of her powers, or she has some type of power, or if he just likes her. So I don't know for that. And then I also don't know if he's making her a victim now, because her name wasn't on any of the binders, or they would have pointed it out. So I don't know if now she's a victim and they're gonna, like, take pictures of her. I don't think they kill after they take pictures. Obviously they let Kate go. So with Rachel, that's why I'm not sure if Rachel's hiding or if she's being held captive, because they could have easily just let her go and she wouldn't have known. So maybe she's into it and she's a part of it and she's just hiding. or like something happened and they're keeping her. I don't know. I just don't think she's dead. I could be completely wrong though, obviously, but I just don't think she's dead. I think that's another dead body, another victim that was there. But and she was a part of it. Because why would anyone else bother writing on the wall, like scratching out their name, like Chloe was here, Rachel was here, Max was here, and put you're all gonna die. So I don't know. I think it is gonna be like something happened with Chloe and Rachel that Chloe isn't saying, that didn't say what happened, but I don't know. I don't know. At the same time, I'd be disappointed too if that happened, because it'd be like so stupid, like, haha, I was evil all along, but I don't know, because she was playing with Frank, toying with him, so maybe she was toying with Chloe as well. But those are my thoughts, and I just felt like talking about them, even though this last bit of my predictions is kind of like messy, but that's the fun of it. I just like talking about it and the theories of stuff, and I was really hoping to talk to Amanda about it too, because she said she read some theories on it, and I did not. These are my own theories. The only theory I heard of was like, oh, that's not Rachel's body, but I have already thought of that, so that wasn't really like, oh, she put an idea in my mind, maybe that isn't Chloe, so I already knew that. So I've been keeping away from everybody else's theories because I didn't want to mix them up with mine, even though it's probably all the same. But so yeah, here you go, just me talking to a microphone and whoever's listening. I just felt like I said, just felt like talking about it because I really like this game. And if it was completed, it'd be in my top 10 favorite games, but since it isn't completed yet, I can't really make that as my top, since what if the 5th episode's really shitty and it doesn't have a good ending and it turns out really cliche and stupid and like, oh, all these people have these powers and blah blah blah, or it was all just a dream. I don't know, for it to be like all just a dream, it has to do it really well. So, because right now I'm like, nah, I don't like that idea, but if it does it really well, I may like it. So anyways, there it is, my thought.